Latino and female workforce in almost every casino on the Strip is organized by the 60,000-member Culinary Workers Union, which has endorsed Senator Barack Obama. Days after the endorsement, the Nevada State Teachers Union and individuals backing Senator Hillary Rodham Clinton filed a lawsuit alleging the casino sites create a preferred class of voters. But on Thursday, U.S. District Judge James Mann rejected the case and said the Caucus sites can proceed as planned. In other campaign news, Obama has picked up an endorsement from Vermont Senator Patrick Leahy. On Thursday, Leahy compared Obama's campaign to Robert Kennedy's campaign in 1968. Obama, meanwhile, is coming under criticism for his comments praising former President Ronald Reagan. In an interview with the Reno Gazette-Journal this week, Obama appeared to express admiration for what he called Reagan's clarity and optimism in overcoming the excesses of the 60s and 70s. In response, rival candidate John Edwards said, quote, Reagan did extraordinary damage to the middle class and working people, created a tax structure that favored the very wealthiest Americans, and caused the middle class and working people to struggle every single day. I can promise you this, I will never use Ronald Reagan as an example for change. The exclusion of Democratic hopeful Dennis Kucinich from the Democratic debate in Las Vegas received some uninvited attention this week on NBC's Tonight Show with Jay Leno. Kucinich has accused NBC and its parent company, General Electric, of political censorship after it disinvited him from taking part in Tuesday's debate. As Jay Leno interviewed guest Bill Maher, two audience members spoke out.
So I want to get your take on something.
Let's do this debate! Stop the censorship! Help save democracy! Let's do this debate!
Wait, you know what's fascinating? He didn't even make his point. Anybody know what he's talking about? No. Thank you!
I'm tempted to say that had something to do with the strike, but I think that's just garden variety bat that could have occurred at any night.
Now, what do you...
I'm telling you.
Be right back right after this. Bill Maher, ladies and gentlemen.
Go to our website, democracynow.org, to see our interview with Dennis Kucinich the day after the debate. Polls in Nevada show Hillary Clinton with a 9-point lead ahead of Saturday's caucus. Aboard her campaign plane this week, Clinton joked with reporters by posing as a flight attendant.
If you look out from the right, you'll see an America saddled with tax cuts for the wealthiest and a war without end. If you look out from the left, you'll see an America with a strong middle class at home and a strong reputation in the world. Once we've reached cruising altitude, we'll be offering in-flight entertainment, my stump speech, in its many variations.
On the Republican side, the focus is on South Carolina, where on Saturday voters also go to the polls. On Thursday, former Arkansas Governor Mike Huckabee refused to say whether he finds it offensive that South Carolina displays the Confederate flag on its state capitol grounds. Meanwhile, Michigan winner Mitt Romney got into a heated exchange with an Associated Press reporter after Romney claimed he doesn't have lobbyists running his campaign.
I don't have lobbyists running my campaign. I don't have lobbyists that are tied to my...
That is not true. Ron Kaufman is a lobbyist.
He's
How
not...
can you say that you don't have a lobbyist?
Did you hear what I said? Did you hear what I said, Glenn?
You said you don't have lobbyists running your campaign.
I said I don't have lobbyists running my campaign, and he's not running my campaign.
He's one of your senior advisors.
He's an advisor, and the person who runs my campaign is Beth Myers, and I have a whole staff of deputy campaign managers.
Has Beth Myers been on the plane with you?
Beth Myers has been on the plane with me, and Beth Myers is running my campaign. Absolutely. Do I know
There's window dressing. He's a potted plant on your plane.
Ron is a wonderful friend and advisor. He's not paid. He's an advisor like many others. But I do not have lobbyists running my campaign.
The Romney advisor is Ron Kaufman, a senior strategist who often travels in Romney's entourage. He's a lobbyist with the firm Dutco Worldwide. On Capitol Hill, House Judiciary Committee Chair John Conyers has introduced a bill that would ban vote caging. Caging is an election suppression tactic that seeks to bar voters by challenging their eligibility. Republicans have been accused of maintaining caging lists skewed towards people of color, predominantly African Americans. And in other news from Washington, the Bush administration's stance on polar bears came under fire Thursday at a hearing on Capitol Hill. The administration has approved oil exploration in Alaska despite an ongoing dispute over whether the bears should be protected under the Endangered Species Act. Fish and Wildlife Service Director Dale Hall said the White House believes the bears won't be affected.
The service determined that these activities do not threaten polar bears throughout all or a significant portion of their range after a review of factors including the mitigation measures required under the Marine Mammal Protection Act, historical information on development activities, lack of direct quantifiable impacts to habitat from these activities noted to date, the localized nature of development activities, or possible events such as oil spills.
The bear's Arctic habitat has seen declining ice coverage by the year, a decline environmentalists blame on global warming. Congressmember Ed Markey criticized the White House stance.
In the end, man can adapt, but the bear cannot. We can act to prevent global warming, but the bear cannot. We can develop alternatives to oil. The bear cannot. When the ice is gone, man cheers about new commercial opportunities for oil and gas drilling. The bear starves and drowns. I have been hoping for common sense from the Department of Interior and from Secretary Kempthorne, but I have heard that all too common abandonment of common sense here today.
That's Congressman Ed Markey. This is Democracy Now! Those are the headlines. Democracy Now!, democracynow.org, The War and Peace Report. I'm Amy Goodman with Juan Gonzalez.
And welcome to all of our listeners and viewers around the